Again, thank you all for coming. This is a celebration. Excuse me.
Yo, can you give our host your undivided attention, please? She's trying to talk to y'all, and y'all talking to whoever else is out there with y'all. Can we just have your undivided attention just for a minute?
So again, we're here to celebrate Juneteenth. But for those of you who know me, we do want to celebrate Juneteenth, but also part of Juneteenth and the last slaves of Galveston, Texas in 1865 who were freed, it is also black people and our allies. Hi, Andrew, I love you. Is that we also have to talk about our issues. We can't continue to hold up red cups with alcohol and party, and then nobody's a party animal worse than me. But when you look at black San Franciscans, let's talk about black San Franciscans and where we stand here in San Francisco. We are experiencing trauma, pain, suffering, and all parts of our lives. All parts of our lives. Education, mass incarceration, homelessness, housing, just mental health. And we have a boss mayor who holds no guards to say she fights for us, for all San Franciscans. But because she is what? She said, I'm black first, and I'm a woman, then our issues are important to her. And so we are here not only to support Mayor Breed, but also to send her a message. We need to talk with her, black folks. We want a round table discussion with our mayor. Because one, these city departments, they're not doing justice by black people. We need to raise up justice, we need to raise up equity, and we need to raise up equality for black San Franciscans. And you guys look fabulous. I'm glad you're here because it is important. The more numbers is the more power that we have. And so without further ado, she always coming looking good, right? Always beautiful. And I have her back no matter what. I don't care who has it. I don't care who doesn't have it. I have my mayor's back. And so here you are, our luxurious, genuine, black queen, Mayor London, Nicole Breed.
Thank you, Felicia. First of all, let me start by thanking Wealth and Disparities and Felicia Jones for their unwavering commitment to address some of the challenges that continue to plague African Americans in San Francisco. Yes, we have the first African American woman to serve as mayor, but we know the challenges that have persisted in this city far too long, not just with African Americans in general. I am acutely aware of the challenges that exist with African American employees, and I am committed to continuing to work with you all to address many of those issues. Don't you remember Juneteenth back in the day? Raise your hand if you remember the pony rides, the carnival, the black cowboys. We put on our best clothes and we go show off and we go have fun, and there was barbecue. But you know what? There was a history. There was a history in San Francisco as to when Juneteenth started. Here in San Francisco, it was around 1965 when Walter Johnson Jr., who owned, what was that club called, Diane? Linda? You know the club I'm talking about? The one they started at. Anyway, I'll remember it in a minute. No, it was way before the Off Plaza. So he started Juneteenth, started one of the first parades, They were walking up and down the streets, and it was black people at their very best, and it was absolutely beautiful. If you look at many of the photos, you see the happiness and the excitement, and it felt good. It felt good despite the challenges that our community continues to face. It felt good to be black in San Francisco. But you know what? It should feel good every single day. It should feel good every single day that we walk down the street. And last year, we saw a real reckoning in this country, like never before. An uprising where people said, not no more. People talk about the death of George Floyd as a catalyst for the rest of the country. But sadly, in the African American community, this is too familiar with us. On a regular basis, we experience the discrimination and the death and the destruction that has plagued our community for far too long. But there is hope. We have an incredible opportunity. We have an incredible opportunity to rise up despite those challenges. When you think about it, look at where we are today. We have a less than 6% population of African American in San Francisco, and you all still helped to elect the first African American woman mayor in this city. The president of the Board of Supervisors is a black man. The leadership of this city in so many ways presents us with an opportunity to see growth and to develop and to see prosperity in our community. But you know what? I can't do it alone. It takes work. It takes us coming together. It takes us putting aside our differences in order to support the collective. And as a result of so many of you who have constantly been at the forefront of these challenges, today, President Biden is signing to make Juneteenth an official holiday in this country. Now, for black folks, it's been a holiday. But we'll share the holiday with everybody else, no problem. And as mayor, I plan today to sign a declaration giving all city employees Juneteenth off as a holiday. Now, if you are already going to work, go ahead and go to work, because you got the whole weekend. But you get a holiday in lieu. Don't worry, you can take it off later. The fact is, we honor our heritage, we honor our history, we honor our culture when we remember the past and we use the past to not repeat the same mistakes. We use it to grow and to become better. San Franciscans, this weekend as we celebrate Juneteenth with so many amazing events at the African American Art and Culture Complex, as we celebrate at Gilman Park in the Bayview, as we celebrate at the Ferry Building, so many amazing Juneteenth events this weekend. Let's remember, let's have a good time, and let's rededicate ourselves to the cause that we all know continues despite the gains we made. Thank you all so much for being here today. Have a wonderful Juneteenth.
Excuse me, everyone. If you're not speaking, can I ask that you step off the steps and go into the audience, please, down below? If you're not speaking at this time, please go down the steps, please. Thank you. Come on, sis.
Okay. Yeah, okay, well, I got to find, okay, wait. All right, all right. Cheryl Davis. Is Cheryl Davis? I saw her earlier. Where's Cheryl Davis? Oh, come on up. Director Dr. Davis. She's going to say a few words. Director Dr. Davis, come on up. Come on up. Another strong sister doing marvelous, beautiful things in the city and county of San Francisco. And I just want her to say a few words to the people. And just come in your own way. Just come in your own way. She gonna kill me later, but that's okay.
See, I ain't like the mayor. I can't be up here. I'm distracted when other people talking while I'm talking.
Okay, she's a teacher.
Just happy Juneteenth as somebody who was actually born in Texas, and it is really a national holiday down there for my folks. I'm grateful for the mayor's declaration. I'm grateful for the president, but I think ultimately this is not the end of it all, right? Because I think if we're going to be really honest, Juneteenth was a signing of a piece of paper that was already 2 years in action. So we're not really as free as we think we are. So let Juneteenth be a day for us to remember that we still are in the fight and in the struggle. And similar to the folks in Texas, some of us have not yet opened our eyes to the reality of freedom. So I just want to say, let's celebrate Juneteenth, but let's not relax, let's not sit down, and let's not forget that we need to keep moving. She talked about sing a song. No, I'm not doing no song up here. I'm gonna give you let me see if I got a poem I can. No, that's Sarah. I can't do that. So this is one of my favorite poets is Maya Angelou. And there's a line in there. There are a couple lines that I love. One is, she says, "Pretty women wonder where my secret lies. See, I'm not cute or built to suit a fashion model size. But when I try to tell them, they think I'm telling lies." Right? So our beauty, our uniqueness, our being special is not wrapped in how we look. It is wrapped in who we came from, where we come from, who we come from. That is who we are. And so she goes on to say, "When you see me walking by, it ought to make you proud. I'm a woman. Phenomenal woman. Phenomenally, that's me."
Yes, and for those of you who don't know, that Mayor Breed and President Walton, through police reform, have given the black community $120 million. $120 million. 60 million for this year, 60 million for next year, and also in her budget, she also put 60 million to the black community as a baseline, and we want to make sure as black people that we're going to honor her wishes, that we're going to push back on the Board of Supervisors, and we're going to push back on the Board of Supervisors, what? Being black in San Francisco. And so our group is called Mega Black Budget Watchdog Group. So may I have them come and stand beside me on both sides. Mega Black Budget Watchdog Group. We're fighting. We're fighting. Move down. We're fighting. We're fighting. We're fighting. And we're not afraid to go up in the Board of Supervisors chambers and let them know. Black folks, 3 reports, 55 years. Black folks are worse off now than we were 55 years ago, and we want our due. We want our due. Come on, tell me, come on, power to the people. We want our due. We want our due. We have it coming. And then the other thing I want to say, Mayor Breed, yeah, she's still here, is this. Y'all don't be putting your hands on that 60 million, all you 54 departments. You 54 departments, take some of that money from your budget and give it to the black community because you have neglected us for 55 years. So you're not going to use us with the monies that Mayor Breed and President Walton has given us to say, oh, that's enough. Go over there and get it from Director Davis. She has all the money. No. So we're pushing back. And so I want to introduce our watchdog group, Tanya Williams, Nate Ford, John Henry, Tina Hines, and there's Monique Francine. And so Tanya is going to come up and speak to you about what our demands are for a mega black budget watchdog group. Thank you.
Alrighty. There's not enough noise in this audience. I need to hear y'all. I got some questions for y'all. You ready? So on the 1st of January in 1863, that was 158 years ago, the 16th president of the United States, named Abraham Lincoln, signed into effect an Emancipation Proclamation which changed the legal status under the federal law of more than 3.5 million enslaved African Americans, and let's be serious, we were called Negroes then, from enslaved to free. So I got one question for y'all. Anybody who's black in San Francisco, answer my question. Are we free? No. Okay, there you go. So now you know why we had to establish what we've established. The Mega Black Budget Watchdog Group demands that the city and county close the gaps of black San Franciscans. Yeah. 3 reports in 55 years studying black San Franciscans found we are worse off today than we were back then. So here go our demands. Number 1, we demand that $60 million be a baseline for the Human Rights Commission to continue the Dream Keepers initiative for black San Franciscans. Number 2, we demand $40 million to address black disparities in closing educational gaps, mass incarceration gaps, gaps in job training programs, and to reestablish the black workforce and to pay the fines and fees that are associated with those disparities. Number 3, we demand culpability, meaning we want them to be held accountable, all right, from all 54 city and county departments to be held accountable again, so that everybody can hear me, for the disparities that they have deliberately caused to black San Franciscans due to a lack of dollars, care, which they have, right, we think. Well, we know they got the dollars. We don't know about the care. We're still working on that, okay, to this day has failed to address in our community. Number 4, we demand that the Comptroller's Office conduct a 15-year audit of previous monies given to the black community and compare these dollars to all other ethnicities who received funding in the same 15-year period. And lastly, right, if we do not accomplish financial equity, we will never be free. So let me be clear with y'all. We're not asking anymore. We're not demanding. We are demanding. We're not begging. It's not about begging. I told you, it started 158 years ago. So stop. It's time for us to get what we came here for, right? We, the Mega Black Budget Watch Group, we, the Mega Black Budget Watchdog Group, unapologetically are demanding that the city and county of San Francisco finally address the disparities of black San Franciscans. Thank you.
All right, power to the people. Oh, y'all sound so weak. Come on, say it like you mean it. Power to the people. Oh, I love it. Power to the people. Yes, that's what we came out here, to regain our power.